Did you know that one glass of orange juice in the morning can spike your blood sugar faster than a can of soda? And it's not just juice. There are everyday foods that seem healthy, even marketed that way, but in reality, they're sabotaging your blood sugar behind the scenes. You might feel tired after meals, constantly crave snacks, or struggle with focus, and your diet might be the hidden culprit. Hi, I'm Dr. Aria Wells, and I help people take charge of their health naturally and scientifically. Today, we're diving into a silent killer, blood sugar spikes caused by common foods that most of us eat regularly without ever realizing the damage they're doing. Whether or not you have diabetes, unstable blood sugar can impact your mood, metabolism, brain clarity, and long-term health. In this video, we'll go over the top 10 foods that silently destroy your blood sugar, why they do it, and what you can do instead. Some of these might surprise you, and a few are likely already in your kitchen. Let's get started. Let's start with fruit juice. You might think, it's just fruit, so it must be healthy, right? Not exactly. When you juice fruit, you remove all the fiber, which is critical for slowing down sugar absorption. What's left is a sugary liquid that hits your bloodstream hard and fast. In fact, apple juice or orange juice can spike your blood sugar more quickly than a sugary soda, and because it's liquid, it gets absorbed even faster. Drinking juice regularly, even 100% natural juice, has been linked to increased risk of type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance. Instead of juice, eat the whole fruit. The fiber helps blunt that sugar spike and keeps you fuller longer. Next up, white bread and bagels. These refined carbohydrates are stripped of most of their nutrients and fiber during processing. That means your body breaks them down into glucose extremely quickly. When you eat a plain bagel in the morning, it's like eating several teaspoons of sugar without any of the blood sugar regulating benefits of fiber, protein, or healthy fats. This leads to a spike, followed by a crash. And that crash? It makes you hungrier, moodier, and more likely to snack later in the day. Try switching to whole grain or sprouted bread, and always pair carbs with protein and fat to slow digestion. Now let's talk about flavored yogurts, the kind that say strawberry, vanilla, or fruit on the bottom. Yogurt on its own can be great for blood sugar if it's plain, unsweetened, and high in protein. But once you add flavorings and fruit syrup, it becomes more of a dessert than a healthy food. Some flavored yogurts contain 20 grams or more of added sugar. That's 5 teaspoons in one serving. And because they're often eaten alone, they cause a quick spike in blood sugar, followed by a drop that leaves you hungry again. A better option? Choose unsweetened Greek yogurt and add your own berries or cinnamon. Cereal is marketed as a healthy way to start the day, but most boxed cereals, even the ones labeled whole grain, bran, or heart healthy, are loaded with refined carbs and added sugars. The problem is, these cereals don't contain much protein or fat, so they digest quickly and send a rush of glucose into your bloodstream. Even granola, which sounds healthy, often contains honey, brown sugar, and syrups that spike blood sugar. If you feel sluggish an hour after eating cereal, now you know why. A better breakfast would be steel-cut oats with nuts and chia seeds, or eggs with avocado on whole grain toast. Let's talk about your morning coffee. The coffee itself isn't the issue, it's what we put in it. A flavored latte, iced coffee with syrup, or frappuccino can contain 30, 40, even 60 grams of sugar in one serving. That's more sugar than a slice of cake. And it's often consumed on an empty stomach, which makes the blood sugar spike even worse. Many people rely on these drinks for a caffeine and energy boost, but what they don't realize is the crash that follows just leads to more cravings and even more sugar intake later. Try switching to unsweetened coffee or matcha with a splash of almond or oat milk, and skip the syrups. Energy bars or protein bars sound like a healthy snack, especially for busy people. But when you look at the ingredient list, many of these bars are glorified candy bars, full of sugars, syrups, and sugar alcohols. Even the ones marketed as low sugar can contain artificial sweeteners and preservatives that disrupt gut health, which can indirectly affect glucose metabolism. If you eat at one of these bars thinking it'll keep you full, only to be hungry 30 minutes later, it's likely due to a sugar crash. A better snack? A handful of almonds and a boiled egg, or a homemade bar with oats, chia seeds, and nut butter. Here's a tricky one: dried fruit. You'll often find raisins, dried apricots, or dates in healthy snack packs or trail mix. But drying fruit concentrates the sugar by removing water content. For example, 1 cup of grapes has about 23 grams of sugar, but 1 cup of raisins has over 86 grams. That's a huge spike for your blood sugar. And because dried fruit is easy to overeat, you might consume far more sugar than you realize. If you like dried fruit, use it sparingly and pair it with a protein or fat, like a few walnuts or plain Greek yogurt. Low fat equals healthy, right? Not always. Many processed foods labeled low-fat or fat-free compensate for flavor by adding sugar and refined carbs. Think of things like low-fat muffins, crackers, frozen meals, and diet desserts. Removing the fat makes the product taste bland, so manufacturers sneak in sugar to make it palatable. Unfortunately, this can cause a sharp blood sugar spike, especially when eaten alone or as a snack. Instead of chasing low-fat foods, focus on real foods with healthy fats like olive oil, avocados, nuts, and seeds, which actually help stabilize blood sugar. This one might not surprise you, but it's important. French fries, hash browns, and similar fried starchy foods are a double threat to blood sugar. First, they're made from white potatoes, a high glycemic index food that raises blood glucose quickly. Second, they're deep-fried in industrial seed oils, which cause inflammation and impair insulin signaling. When you combine refined carbs with unhealthy fats, you increase insulin resistance over time. If you're craving something savory, try roasted sweet potato wedges with olive oil and spices instead. Last but not least, smoothies. Now, homemade smoothies can be healthy if made properly, but many store-bought or commercial smoothies are loaded with juice, multiple servings of fruit, and even honey or agave. A large smoothie can contain 60 to 90 grams of sugar. That's like drinking 3 sodas. Even green smoothies can be blood sugar bombs if they don't include protein or fat. A blood sugar-friendly smoothie should have leafy greens, a small portion of fruit, a healthy fat like chia seeds or nut butter, and some protein like Greek yogurt or collagen powder. Now, let's step back for a moment. Why do these foods matter so much? Your body is constantly working to maintain a stable blood sugar level. But when you eat foods high in refined carbs and sugars, you overwhelm that system. Your pancreas has to produce large amounts of insulin to bring your sugar back down. Over time, this can lead to insulin resistance, where your cells stop responding to insulin efficiently. That's one of the key drivers of prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, and even weight gain, brain fog, and inflammation. Even if you don't have diabetes, these swings in blood sugar can leave you feeling tired, hungry, moody, and anxious. And the worst part? These effects build up silently, often without any clear warning until it's too late. The good news is, you can protect your blood sugar with a few simple swaps. Here are 3 powerful habits. Prioritize fiber. It slows down glucose absorption. Think vegetables, seeds, legumes, and whole grains. Add protein and healthy fats to every meal and snack. This keeps blood sugar stable and hunger in check. Minimize liquid sugar. That means avoiding juice, sweetened coffee drinks, and sugary smoothies. Start with one change at a time. Maybe switch your morning cereal for eggs or your flavored yogurt for unsweetened Greek yogurt with berries. Over time, these small changes compound into big health improvements. So tell me, which one of these foods surprised you the most? Was it juice, yogurt, or maybe dried fruit? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more doctor-approved health tips every single week. Your health journey starts with knowledge, and I'm here to guide you through it. You're watching Dr. Aria Wells. I'm here to help you take charge of your health naturally and powerfully. Until next time, take care of yourself and be kind to your body.